Hello, hello, this is Fear Dragon coming at you with another StarCraft 2 netcast, and today I am joined here by...
Muataran / Morel, whichever you prefer. I figure you'll probably go with Morel as you are an anime fan, but, you know.
sounds good, man, but regardless, we are actually going to be I'm going to be co-casting with him tomorrow for the LAG Invitational number 2. I think it's a qualifier number 2, actually.
Yeah.
It's like a $1,000 tournament. Do you want to actually even talk a little bit about it while this game picks up?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so the basic idea here is we're inviting 8 pro players, and then we're having 8 qualifiers, and the winner of each qualifier is going to play one of those pro players in the first round, and then it's just a normal bracket from there. So it's the idea here is to, get some lesser-known players, a little bit of recognition. So, if there's already one guy, Sonic, who isn't well-known at all, I didn't know he was before the tournament, who's qualified. So he's going to be playing versus a really good pro player. And if he wins, I mean, that's instant bragging rights / people who are watching that are going to be able to recognize him from that on and be like, oh, you know what, that's the guy who beat... Well, Shuttle is the only example I could give right now, because that's our only announced player. But, that's the idea. And then also to give some pro players a chance to win some money, which is always good.
Yeah, really awesome event, guys, so come tune in for that. Do you actually know what time it's at tomorrow?
It is at 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be that time every Saturday, up until August 3rd, which is the actual tournament date. That's going to be casted by me and Word, and then I think we're having another team, at least, for sure, a Chinese stream. So if you speak Chinese and want to learn, or and want to practice a bit, you can definitely tune in for that.
Yeah, sounds awesome. But actually, with all of that aside, though, let's actually really quickly introduce the players just because this game is actually starting to pick up. By the way, guys, this is from the EU ZOTAC Cup number 159. If you haven't seen game number 1, this is actually game number 2. So go ahead and click on the annotation below and it'll take you to that video. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and introduce the player up in the top right-hand corner. It's going to be the red Terran player. He's going to be representing Team aAA, which stands for Against All Authority. Is going to be the French Terran player, MarineLord.
Alright, man, and we have his opponent, the Yellow Zerg from Team FXO / formerly from Na'vi, as far as I know. aAaMarineLord, who, again, if you're an anime fan, you probably recognize that name. Assuming you've watched Naruto up to, the current time.
Assuming you don't want any spoilers. No, it's not really that big of a spoiler.
It's really not. I haven't said who it is in the series, so it's all good.
Yeah, nobody knows that they die yet. Oh, well...
whoops.
Actually, I'm trying to remember who the heck Minato is in Naruto.
Oh, really? Okay. How can I give this? He's Kakashi's master, like the guy who trained him.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
Okay, I know who you're talking about then.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure everyone else is just laughing at my knowledge of Naruto, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because this is a StarCraft cast, damn it.
Yeah.
So, what's going on right now in this game?
Well, we see MarineLord has taken his base, and you were briefing me a little bit about the first game, and you said MarineLord was more of a macro player, and it definitely looks like he's going with that now.
Yeah, in game number 1, we did end up seeing both of them look like they kind of want to open up a little bit macro. I mean, even Minato was kind of opening up a little bit macro, going for the hatchery first, just droning up, trying to minimize the number of Zerglings he made. But eventually just kind of went into this very heavy roast Zergling aggression off of 2 bases, and in the meanwhile, MarineLord, like you were saying, just really going super duper macro, going for a very fast 3rd CC, just kind of like how he's doing right now.
Yeah, pretty much. This is one of the styles we kind of see Marine King play from way back when. I'm assuming this name is an homage to Marine King.
Oh, definitely.
It really seems like it. Every time someone has Marine in their name, it's like, oh, he's a Marine King fan.
It's really funny because you think about Marine King and his origins, and he used to name himself Slayer's Boxer, which is an homage to Slayer's Boxer. So now it's kind of like it's the next generation. Now people who don't know who Slayer's Boxer is, and shame on anyone who doesn't know who Slayer's Boxer is they're just naming themselves MarineLord and Marine King.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Marine King is a fine player to to base your play off, though. He's just got really good micro. He can play those macro games, but he also does mix in that super aggressive style, which, like we were talking about already, that is Slayer's Boxer 101. Game 7, everything on the line here. This is like for an OSL win. Screw it. I'm proxy raxing. Why? Because why not?
Yeah, and actually speaking of aggression, we do actually have a Roach Warren out from Minato, so I mean, This is kind of looking a little bit to me like he wants to go for another 2-base Roachling all-in. Is that what's looking like to you?
I would have to agree because he's got a Baneling Nest on the way and about 20 lings in production. Let's look what Marine Lord's got. He's got one bunker, which will help. Got some Hellions going on here. Like I said, that 3/3 CC. It is now an orbital, so he can drop as many mules as he really wants to. Also now pumping some Widow Mines out, which are going to help a lot. Starting to produce some Marauders, so definitely going to be very helpful. The problem for him right now is he's building 2 reactors. I definitely think he should cancel those. Just start building Marines, as, Minato's already moved out.
Yeah, I think he just saw how many Zerglings there are, and now he definitely knows exactly what's going on as he sees all those roaches. The Baneling's going to be morphing in, and this is actually what we saw in the last game. Minato just making huge numbers of Banelings. Wants to see if he can make it work a little bit better than the last game, as there are some really nice Widow Mines actually burrowed already over in Marine Lord's natural expansion.
Yeah, those Widow Mines are going to be really important, and here we go. The Banelings are coming in. They're not going after the depots, though, which is a good move. The Roaches, however, stop this wall from going down. Now the Lings and Mains are pouring into this base. I really don't know if Marine Lord can hold this.
This is going to be a pretty amazing hold if he manages to hold this. The Banelings looking for some hits on those SCVs. The SCVs are clumping up. They're not actually moving the Banelings.
He's 0 right now. How many? The Banelings don't even go off. They're on the move command. Oh, that one goes off, damaging some of the Marines. The Lings are picking them off. This bunker here with 2 Marines in it's trying to hold this, but I don't know, dude.
Oh, this is going to be so difficult. The SCVs are going to need to start to repair that bunker. The bunker is starting to get repaired, but the Roaches are trying to focus fire down. The Zerglings also get a huge surround on that bunker. The bunker goes down, and the SCVs are forced to fight off some of those Zerglings, but there are not that many units left for Minato. There aren't any more units being rallied across the map, so let's just see. Has this been enough damage? I think that Marine Lord may actually finally clean this up, but again, what is the worker count at?
He's going to hold this off, but you were asking what the worker count is at? Well, I'll tell you. He's at 21 SCVs to the 43 of his opponents, so definitely an advantage there. I love that he's using this this command center to block off his wall as it was destroyed. That's a pretty good move there. And then lowering his other command center down to the lower ground. So just have triple SCV production. He can drop a lot of mules. So his economy is really not that bad. He's a bit of supply behind his opponent. I don't know, he's just not got much tech either. He's got a starport on the way, 2 Widow Mines being produced. His opponent's got double Evo on the way, though, and a lair.
Yeah, double Evo and the lair, as you said, is about to finish up now. We do actually have melee attacks coming out, so, generally when we do end up seeing melee attacks out of a Zerg player, it means that they kind of want to transition into that Mutalist style of play rather than anything else kind of funky. Like, I know that we have seen some Zerg sort of mix in the Swarm Host. Now, what do you kind of think about that, especially given Marine Lord's position right now?
I feel like mutas are just always a good choice as a Zerg. If you're ahead, you can just get more ahead with them. Good old Artosis style. If you're behind, they're a great way to get back into the game. I mean, that's obviously not the case here. Is he's got a really nice worker count and just a solid lead. He's feeling really safe. And I mean, if it's an even game, mutas are a fine choice. If the Terran opponent just doesn't deal with them properly, it's gonna be super hard for them to do anything here. eBay's on the way, so he's going to be able to get some upgrades on his bio. And he does have a pretty solid amount of Marines with Stim, so I don't think the mutas will just, end the game or anything, but, I mean, any amount of damage they do is just going to get Minato even more ahead.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. Now, at the same time, we also have Minato kind of has produced a pretty decent number of Zorgans and Roaches, and has actually moved out across the map. Marine Lord looking like he wants to take that 3rd expansion finally. The creep is going to be very annoying over there, though, as I love it when Zerg players do this, just try and delay that 3rd as long as possible. But, oh my god, look at how many Banelings Minato is making. Minato's favorite unit is definitely the Baneling.
He wants to end this game right now, and all the Widow Mines get taken out before they're able to kill anything. Only one Widow Mine left alive. There it does get one shot off on the Evo or Overseer, so it can't kill it off.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting decision. There are so many Banelings left over, though. They do bust in, destroying the bunker, getting rid of so many of those Marines. This time, I think Minato is controlling all those Banelings, and he is not going to let those SCVs live. Or he's actually just going to go straight over into the main base, going to make sure the supply depots can't be lowered, and there's going to be the GG coming out of Marine Lord.
So, essentially Minato pulling the same tricks as he did last game. This time, it worked a little bit better. I think, you were saying there were a lot of Widow Mines in the first game, and those are pretty good versus 2-basing, but only had 1 out for that attack, and that's really just not enough.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree, and, I mean, I know sometimes we have seen Terran players get really lucky with their Widow Mine shots. I know Minato definitely got some really nice Widow Mine shots in his last game, game number 1. where he just managed to kill like a ton of banelings and zerglings with just really lucky shots. And I have to give a little bit of credit to Minato though, because he did do a good job actually just making sure that the banelings were behind the roaches when he thought there were any widow mines around. He was making sure that the roaches were really tanking the widow mine shots, as well as even the overseer at a certain point.
Yeah, he did end up losing that overseer, but it didn't really matter at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the widow mine had a shot, and I think it's like a 30-second cooldown, right?
Yeah, it's 30 seconds or 45 seconds. I don't know, because, Minato did a pretty good job of busting in there. I don't think there's any widow mines left on the map.
No, I don't think there are either. So, that was a pretty good game, though. I mean, definitely showcasing that aggressive style that Zerg's been using.
Yeah, it's definitely been way more popular, but this is going to tie up the series 1-1. This is once again from the EU ZOTAC Cup number 159. Please go ahead and click the annotation somewhere on the screen to go ahead to game number 3 if you want to check that out. And again, this is from the semi-finals, so we're going to be going into the finals very, very soon. And of course, if you haven't seen the other semi-finals cast that I did recently, please go ahead and check that out. I'll put another link in the annotation below. With that being said, any closing words?
Well, like you said, man, tomorrow, watch the tournament. It's super important.
Yes.
If the more viewers we get, the better chance there is that we're going to have another tournament like this after. And I got to tell you right now, that is the plan. I mean, that's what we want, to have more and more like this. And eventually, maybe make it a regular thing. I think that'd be really awesome. And your support is what makes that happen.
Yeah, guys, definitely come tune in. Don't worry, we're going to be starting way before WCS starts.
Yeah.
So, no excuses. We will see you guys there. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Or in game number 3. Probably I'll see you guys in game number 3.